You're about to meet a man who took just 3 years to become one of the most feared figures on the planet. A pirate so brutal, so brilliant, and so unpredictable that even the toughest men of his time trembled at the sound of his name. This is the story of Blackbeard the pirate, who became myth, music, legend, movies, and nightmares. But behind the fame was someone even more impressive, a strategist, a master of fear, a man who wrote his own rules, shaped his own destiny, and carved his name into history forever. The history books call him Edward, or sometimes Edward Thatch or Teach, a common name for a common boy. Born around 1680 in the bustling port city of Bristol, England, but the world around him was changing fast. Ships were constantly crossing the Atlantic, loaded with gold, spices, and unimaginable wealth. And in this boiling pot of opportunity and violence, a simple young man decided he would not be just another face in the crowd. He was going to seize his own fortune. So, how did he start? Believe it or not, Edward began his career as a privateer, essentially a legal pirate working for the English crown. He had an official letter, a license from the government, allowing him to attack and plunder enemy ships. And the best part, he got to keep 80% of everything he stole. Yes, you heard that right. The king only took a 20% cut. It was a sweet deal. But when the war ended, so did the authorization. The government told the privateers to go home. The problem was, the taste for free demand, for immense fortune, didn't just disappear. So Edward did what hundreds of other veteran privateers did. He became a pirate. He sailed to the infamous pirate haven on the island of New Providence in the Bahamas. There, he met a seasoned pirate captain named Benjamin Hornigold, who saw something special in him. Not just courage, but real competence, natural leadership, and a mind as sharp as a cutlass. In less than a year, Edward was commanding his own crew of 70 pirates and had his own ship. The legend was just beginning to take shape. It was in 1717, when he took full command of his own fleet, that Edward made a decision that changed everything. He understood that in the world of piracy, reputation was power. So he invented a character, an absolutely terrifying persona designed to strike fear into the hearts of his enemies before a single cannon was fired. And it worked better than he could have ever imagined. He grew his beard long and black until it almost covered his eyes. He braided it into small pigtails and tied them with dark ribbons. But here's the masterstroke. Before entering battle, he would light slow-burning matches and cannon fuses, tucking them into his beard and under his hat. He would then board enemy ships surrounded by a cloud of thick, acrid smoke and the smell of sulfur, looking like a demon emerging from the depths of darkness. And just like that, Edward Teach the privateer was gone. In his place stood Blackbeard, the pirate who looked like he had crawled straight out of hell. To complete the image, he flew a terrifying flag, a horned skeleton, holding an hourglass in one hand and stabbing a bleeding heart with a spear in the other. The message was brutally clear. Your time is up, and death is coming for you. With his terrifying new identity established, Blackbeard needed a ship that matched his reputation. In November 1717, he captured a massive French slave ship named La Concorde. He didn't just take it, he transformed it. He renamed it the Queen Anne's Revenge and armed it to the teeth with 40 cannons. It was no longer just a ship. It was a floating fortress, a state-of-the-art war machine. From that moment on, Blackbeard became unstoppable. He commanded the most heavily armed pirate ship, the largest pirate fleet, and was, without a doubt, the most feared pirate of the entire golden age of piracy. He looted so many ships that even today, historians struggle to count them all. But here's his real secret, the key to his success. He rarely had to kill anyone. The fear he cultivated did all the work for him. The mere sight of his flag and his demonic appearance was enough to make most crews surrender without a fight. And he was a master of psychological warfare. He deliberately let survivors go, knowing they would spread tales of his demonic presence, making the stories even darker and more terrifying. Fear was his greatest weapon, and he wielded it with surgical precision. It was cheaper than cannonballs and far more effective. But, of course, with such incredible fame came unwanted attention. The King of England had enough. He sent a man named Woodes Rogerser, former privateer himself, with a specific mission: hunt down and capture Blackbeard, no matter the cost. And this is where the story takes a turn that most people don't know about. To escape the tightening net, Blackbeard did something incredible. He staged the sinking of his own legendary ship, the Queen Anne's Revenge. For centuries, everyone believed it was a tragic accident. But modern historians and archaeologists now believe the truth. It was a calculated, strategic move to throw his hunters off the trail. And then he did something even more audacious. He sailed to North Carolina and struck a deal with the governor. He accepted an official pardon for his crimes, effectively becoming a retired pirate. For a short time, he was even legally a privateer again. But the call of the pirate life was too strong. He immediately went right back to his old ways, plundering ships as if nothing had changed. His boldness truly knew no limits. But every legend has an end. In 1718, the governor of neighboring Virginia, fed up with Blackbeard's operations in his waters, decided to take matters into his own hands. He gave a single, direct order: capture Blackbeard, at any cost. He hired Lieutenant Robert Maynard of the Royal Navy to lead the hunt. Maynard spent months tracking the infamous pirate, finally cornering him at Ocracoke Island off the coast of North Carolina. On the morning of November 22, 1718, Blackbeard woke up without knowing it would be his last sunrise. Maynard launched a surprise attack. The battle that followed was nothing short of brutal. It came down to a desperate hand-to-hand fight on the deck of Blackbeard's ship. According to the legend, Blackbeard fought with unimaginable fury. They say it took 5 gunshot wounds and more than 20 deep sword cuts before the mighty pirate finally fell. He had become a myth while he was still alive, and his death only solidified his legendary status. In just 3 short years, he went from an unknown sailor to the king of the pirates, a name that would echo through eternity. He was a strategist, a showman, and a master of terror who built an empire on fear itself. His story reminds us that sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't a sword or a cannon, but the story you tell about yourself. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the golden age of piracy, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more incredible stories from history. See you next time.